This one's a common one that I see people say. It could be loved ones, other people you might, when you start recovering and you get into this mind body space thing, you start learning the methods, and you get the tools, you become a little bit of an expert, right? You get a little bit of confidence and you start getting good at this shit. You start to learn that this shit works. And so of course you want to help people, right? You start giving advice here and there. Yeah, why don't you try doing this? Oh my God, that's so, yeah, I know. Yeah, you feel good about it, right? And you feel good that you're helping people. But sometimes when you help people, people slap you. They go, I don't want that. No, right? And that's going to happen. Family members, people online, people out there. Everybody's a guru nowadays, right? And I know you could say that about yourself. I could say that about myself. I'll be like, well, Helmut, you're acting like that too. I think I'm a guru. I'm not, though. But I think my method actually works. Isn't that what they all say? I'm saying that. What makes me so different than everybody else? Right? Maybe I'm wrong, but I keep saying that I'm right. But you know what? It's irrelevant. I know what works, and I don't have to convince everybody in the world that it works. There are days where it gets frustrating when you want to help somebody and they don't want to listen to you. So that can be really annoying, especially if it's loved ones, or your friends, or your circle, your inner circle. You have your close friends, you got family members, loved ones. It's really hard with loved ones because you have no choice. They drag you in because you love them, right? You have that relationship, your wife, husband, mom, dad, kids, right? You have no choice. You're tied to them, so you're gonna worry about them. I've had it during my journey where I'm recovering, things are improving, and especially you become kind of proud of yourself. You're like, holy fuck, you know what? While I'm doing this, I'm learning a lot of shit, and this stuff could help a lot of people. And all you who are watching, the ones that are doing the program and recovering, recovery is just it's gonna happen. That goes without saying, right? Everybody's got a bucket. Everybody has a baseline. Everybody's got alarms, right? So if you can bring down your baseline, turn off alarms, empty that bucket, you'll recover. That's a given. The hard part is doing the work, having the belief system, sticking to the path. That's what separates people from recovering or not. That's it. If you're a person that can do the work, you will recover. If you're a person that's going to be wishy-washy and jump around, you're not done. I can't. That's the catch. So, you get people in your life that you want to help, but they don't want to listen to you. So then, you get through my journey, I had the instances where when I heard somebody got sick, it would trigger me. It would fucking scare the shit out of me. And I would worry for them. Because you got to think about it. It's like, well, if a loved one is suffering, I automatically suffer, and that triggers a stress response because of your core beliefs, the core alarms. The core alarms are worried because they're thinking that if you're stressing out about somebody's health, you're going to get sick too, because your bucket's going to get full, right? When your bucket gets full, you're going to get overwhelmed, you're going to get sick, right? Not only that, your baseline's going to go back up. You've been doing this great work. If you finally found the way, all these years of suffering, right? You're finally doing the work. All you got to do is just stick to the path, right? It's like, you just got to do it and you'll recover. It's like drinking this. It's like it's not this unicorn that you'll never find that's out in the distance that, it's not this big monster taboo issue that you'll never recover. No, recovery is just like a glass of water. It's the work that you got to do to put into it. And you finally discovered this and you're like, fucking right. And anything that threatens your path triggers you. So during this journey, when a loved one got sick, whether it was my brother or my wife, my daughter, my mom, you're there to try to help. You're there to be to the rescue, because when they're okay, then you can go back to your path. But at the same time, while you're freaking out, like, well, what are you dealing with? Okay, well, you got to believe me. Don't worry, you'll be okay, right? You're telling them they're okay, and you're telling yourself that they'll be okay, because your brain's looping on their symptoms. Plus, it's scared that you're gonna get sick because you're stressing out, because the brain knows that, okay, these methods work, but your bucket's gonna start filling up real quick, and then we're back to square one again. This is horseshit. No, we finally did progress, and now we're going backwards because loved ones drag you in because you love them and you're worried about them, right? So I ran into that through the 3 years, probably 10 times. Everything's going good, straightforward. All of a sudden, oh, do you know who's sick? Who? No! Fuck! Everything's on hold. Everything's on hold. And then you're fucking, yeah? So what's going on? How long did this last? What are you feeling? Oh, it's been 3 weeks. Oh. And then you catastrophize that, they're going to go down this sick roller coaster and they're going to need surgery. And, you're trying to warn them, no, don't get surgery, or no, don't worry, you'll be fine. And it's usually never as bad as you think it is, because the brain's perceiving danger, and it's sending you alarms like, we got to figure this case out over here before you can recover, because if you don't, you're just going to get your bucket full and you're going to be sick. If they're sick, you're sick, so we got to figure this case out. We got to be Sherlock Holmes. So you catastrophize their situation. And then you know what makes it worse? When it's a family member and you have another family member that's going against what your beliefs are, right? Because everybody is right. Everybody's there to help each other. Everybody is only doing it because they care and they want to be there to help them. We care, we love, right? We love each other. So we're just doing it because we want to help each other out, right? People don't know. There's people that know and there's people that don't know. And then the people that don't know cock block the people that know. And that makes the stress even worse. It's like, dude, just do this, blah, 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 you'll be fine, right? So you're dealing with enough resistance by giving somebody advice and they're not listening to you because they know who you are, right? And then you're dealing with the double resistance when you have another family member cock blocking you. Go, no, don't listen to him. He's not a doctor. Like, for example, my mom. Don't listen to him. He's not a doctor. I'd be talking to my mom. No, he needs to do this. No, trust me. Like, Elmon, you're not a doctor. Right? So then, you have this battle with family members because you're sucked into it. You can't help it, but somebody's cock blocking you. Go, no, don't listen to him. You're like, no, I need to heal him because it's triggering me. Because if I don't heal him, I'll worry about him and I'll get sicker, and then we're back to square one. So what did I do? How did I, because people, their buckets are getting full. You're not the only one. Just because you figured out how to empty it doesn't mean everybody else's bucket is going to be empty. Their buckets are getting fuller and fuller, right? And you're monitoring their buckets. And you're like, fuck. And the more you're telling them about it, no, you need to empty. And they're like, no, I'm not bad. Because usually people know who you are, especially loved ones. And if you're like me, you've had a history of searching and researching online and trying different things, different diets, and you're always there because you want everybody else to feel good, right? So you're pushing things on people. I did. I did. So many times I'd be, you gotta try this. No, Mom, what are you doing? Oh, shut up. Don't tell me what to do. Oh, Mom, you shouldn't be doing. Fuck, dude. Your friends, your co-workers, right? Yo, what are you eating there, bud? Does it got aspartame? Dude, you can't be, right? I was a pusher. And all the research that I did, the fucking scrolling, 8 hours, for fucking years, all the research that I did, I pushed it on people. And you know what? 99% of it was all bullshit. It was all bullshit. And some of this stuff was stupid, right? And people, they go, oh, fuck, here he comes with his fucking bullshit again. They roll their eyes. Oh, here we go again. Okay, this diet. Okay, so vegetables are bad. Oh, because of lectins. Okay, fruit is bad. Oh, you want me to eat meat all the time? Well, what about cholesterol? Well, what about? Well, cholesterol isn't bad. Or what about? That's good for me. Oh, you want me to do a coffee enema? What the fuck? What the fuck? Right? All these crazy protocols. Some of the stuff was good advice, and some of it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you have a history of pushing your beliefs onto them because you want to help people, right? You want to help people. So, you're pushing your beliefs. You're like, no, you got to fast. No, it's got to be low carb. No, you got to take this vitamin, take this supplement. Trust me, if you go vitamin D3, you got to up it. Make sure it's a high dose. Vitamin C, make sure, right? I went down all these rabbit holes. Fine, that's fine. This is part of the journey. But the thing is, I was pushing it on people, right? So I have a history of doing that, right? And it is because I cared for them and I gave a fuck about them. So when you have a history of that, and it's like the boy who cried wolf. He finally, if I finally find the key to all the answers about health, and I present it to your loved ones because you love them, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go like this. Oh yeah? Okay. Cool. And they're not going to tell you, because they've learned, they're not going to tell you, oh, it's another one of your, because if they do that, it causes more problems, because I'm going to be like, no, this is different. No. Well, what happens is, a baseline comes down, the alarms, they ring, and your bucket gets full, and they're like sitting there going, oh fuck, look what I just started. I got to listen to this for half an hour. And, in your family members, they start changing the topic. They go, so did you get your truck fixed? Is your tire? Did you get the tire fixed? And did you get more jobs? And then you know what they're doing, and you go, I know what you're doing. Listen, hold on. You're not listening. No, so your bucket gets full. The baseline, right? You're giving them the real, the root. You're finally giving them the key. You're like, here. And they're like, oh, because they know you. They know the history of all the research. You're always trying to help them, always monitoring what they're eating. Going, Mom, you shouldn't be eating that. Maybe you shouldn't, you should go for a walk maybe, Mom, right? Meanwhile, at the back of the ranch, I was fucking eating junk food. I gained weight. Right? And then when you do that, you say things, but you don't do what you say. The people see that, especially your family members, and they laugh at you. They go, all right, I get it. Shut the fuck up. I don't care anymore. Okay, shut up with that shit. I don't want to hear your shit anymore. And then when you do find the key, and they're going through some shit, you're like, okay, I know shit I said in the past. I know, I get it. But no, this really works. And I'll give you examples. And you start sending links, right? Success stories. Like, look at me. Look what I went through. Oh, you didn't really... Then you got friends that tell you, yeah, and they didn't. You kept it from them because you didn't want people throwing it in your face. Because people that know you treat you different, and they throw things in your face, right? And then you hide your recovery from your friends. You might not talk to them for 3 years, but meanwhile, back at the ranch, you're going through this hardcore recovery, right? You're fucking getting better, right? All these symptoms are going away. You're rewiring your brain. Meanwhile, your friend doesn't know all about this. They're in life. They're fucking living life. They're going, oh, Helmut's probably just doing what Helmut does, whatever. He's probably still whatever. Meanwhile, you're forming into this superhuman, right? You're becoming super natural, but nobody knows about this. It's this inner fucking battle that people can't see. You might run into a friend at the grocery store, right? But they don't know the progress that you made. They don't see the spirit, the higher self. They don't see that. They just see your face going, hey, buddy. No, I just ate a burrito. Oh, yeah, you still on that diet? Yeah, well, not really. And you don't want to tell them either, because you don't want to open that can, right? You like keeping it to yourself because you don't want them to slap you with it, right? And sometimes you let it slip. You'll be talking to somebody, and then they're trying to give you advice, and they go, no, man, no, what you're doing, no, you shouldn't have. Especially the people In the beginning of your journey, you start talking to your friends and you start telling them about what you're doing. And they start poo-pooing on your shit. And they start saying, dude, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't. You're like, no, don't fucking tell me that. And it triggers you. You're like, fuck. They start triggering you by telling you things that give you doubt. That doubt your path. And that's the reason why you had to separate yourself from people in your circle. Because they know you. You know them, right? You have people in your life that are toxic too. And you had to finally say, fuck it, I'm going to cut you out. Because that's how we got sick in the first place, right? Some people are still in your life. They're still in your life, and they're still having an effect on your health. And I'm sure we've cut a lot of people out. We finally learned, blah, blah, blah. But there's still those loads that we're still carrying. And we still have those friends or some of the people in your life. It could be a boss, it could be whatever, that are still lingering around that you're like, okay, that's enough. I got to cut them out. So when you start sharing, things with your friends, especially in the early part of the journey, they will shit all over it and throw it in your face and you'll get triggered. And it's fucking frustrating because they know everything and they know you, they know your history, they throw shit in your face from the things you used to do, right? And then you'll be like, yeah, but you weren't thinking. You're like, well, this is what I'm doing and it's a really good blah, blah, blah. And, it's a really good path. I'm like, no, man, don't be doing that, blah, blah, blah. So it triggers you, right? So then you cut them out for a bit and then you start healing, whatever. And then, your family members are going through shit and friends, whatever. And you're like, okay, well, I got the root. I know what's going on. I recovered from XYZ. And they're like, did you, bro, though? Did you? Did you really have that? That's funny. You never told me. That's funny. You just told me you had an anxiety attack, 1 or 2. And you're like, dude, buddy, well, it's because I didn't tell you. Yeah? Okay, cool, man. Yeah, I'll look into that. Yeah, for sure, buddy. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. Just hold on. Right? So then you're like, okay, fuck them, whatever. At least my family, I can help them. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to help these other people. They know me. They think, I'm full of shit again. Okay, well, at least I can help my family, right? Because I can be like, bro, man, listen to me. Listen to me, right? You could tell them straight up. But they don't believe you either. So you're stuck with these people that you love that are going through some shit because people, not just you, are everywhere you look, you're going to start noticing everybody's buckets are full. You'll be like, hey, what's up? Are you looking at my bucket? No, man, no. It's just a nice hat, man. Were you looking at my bucket? Dude, I'm just looking at your hat. It's a good hat. Solid, made, it's made good for the winter. Dude, no, I'm not looking at your bucket. Oh my God, you're looking at it right now, right? You can't help it. You start noticing people's buckets. Start noticing people's baselines that are up. You start seeing when they start talking about my arm, it's been hurting for a month. And I'm like, yeah, I know what's going on. I could, you have a choice at that moment. Do you tell them what's going on and open yourself up so that they can, pretend to be interested, ridicule you, make you, write you off? Or do you ignore them and just go with the flow of the conversation? That's what I had to do many times. I'm surrounded with people that are sick. Family members, people that walk by, family members of family members, the cousins and the, in-laws and friends of friends, right? You might be at a party, you hear a story and you're like, well, no, I'm just going to be like, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody's going, yeah, yeah. How about, didn't you go through something? Yeah, I'm okay now. Okay, you have all these opportunities to bring shit up, but then you think twice. You're like, maybe not. I don't want to open myself up because it'll just be poo-pooed on. Right? And that sucks. But when you have family members that, you want to help, people that you love, you want to help, and they slap it out of your hand, what do? Because it still affects you. right? If a person doesn't affect you anymore, you go, oh, fuck off, I don't care. That's fine. Don't take it. You don't have to do nothing. I don't give a shit. But family is different. So what do? Well, this is what I had to do. My brain was perceiving danger in those moments. They became triggers. During my journey, right? In the middle of my journey, you have more triggers. Your baseline's up. You got alarms everywhere. So you become more sensitive to people not listening to what you're saying. Because at the root of it, your fear is that you're going to be affected by this. So I had to train on it. So I did my turbo exposures on it. Every day I took my phone. If it was, that week somebody was sick for that week, I would train on it. So look at my videos for exposure training, turbo exposure. And what I did is I used my phone, just like you use your phone for your visuals. I used my phone for exposure exercises. So, and I call it exposure on turbo. So you take your phone, you describe the situation of your family member, what they have, right? You're totally talking into it. You go, yeah, you know what? And his butthole is a little sore, and he's got this problem where he can't wipe it because, well, he's also got pink eye, and it scares me because I don't want him to have surgery, because then he'll be bedridden, and that means I'm going to worry about him, and then my bucket will be full. And then if my bucket's full, I'm going to get symptoms, and then I'll be bedridden, and my life is going to be full of suffering. And I want to enjoy life. I want to finally go to BC into the mountains. That's what I'm afraid of, right? So what was that? Like 2 minutes, not even. You record it, you play it, it triggers you, right? You recorded it, it's triggering you. You're out of 10. You're like, fuck, this is going to affect me, and I feel for them, and I fucking worry about them. You feel it. So allow those thoughts to sit and scare the shit out of you. Sit in the fear, right? Like I say, allow the thoughts to run wild. Sit in the fear. You're on a scale of 1 to 10, where you sitting? 10 horrible, 1. So you're at 10. Okay. And then you engage. So you go do the dishes, blah blah. That thought's still kind of hanging out. You allow it to hang out while you're doing the dishes. You're like, yeah, it's okay. I'm doing dishes, whatever. I don't know. This is dishes. Okay, that's fine. And then you go, all right, I'm going back to it. So you take that recording, you press play, you listen to it. It triggers you. You're like, fuck. Okay. You sit there, you sit in the fear, you allow it. We're exposing ourselves to that fear alarm. You allow it. Okay. And then you engage. And you might notice that it dropped down to a 9. Okay. So throughout the day, throughout the couple of days, maybe 3 times a day or 4 times a day, you do that. You re-trigger yourself with that recording. And if you want to go extra turbo, you can do one sitting for 15 minutes and press play 5 times or 10 times. Listen to that recording 10 times in a row. Okay. So it's like turbo. Boom, 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 boom. You're getting hit with that thought, that exposure. You're exposing yourself. Boom, 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 boom. You're sitting, allowing. You're sitting there, and you're getting the exposure on turbo. You're getting hit. You're allowing. Hit, allow. Like quick. These are quick. It's like speed dating, but for exposure, right? Another one. Okay, so keep going. Another one. Keep going. And then for like 10 minutes, then you take a break. You feel your feelings. Okay. That was a cluster of exposure that we just did of the same topic. Then you engage. And we do another cluster maybe in a couple hours. Play that thing again. Oh, yeah. And you'll go from a 10 to a 4 to a 3 to a 1, right? And that's it. Do it again the next day. All of a sudden you think, oh, shit, it went up a bit. It's back to a 6. But think about it. A couple days ago, it was at a 10, right? So we do the exposure again. Do a cluster of exposures, right? You talk about that detailed recording that you had in detail. Listen to it. Make a, if you want to make a new one, make a new recording in detail. And repeat that 10 times. Another cluster. Keep going. This is what I mean when I say train on it. If there's something that's triggering you, right, and it's affecting your progress, train on it. Because we're training on everything else anyway. But if a life event happens or a situation where it's kind of sidetracking you, right? A symptom, like this goes with everything. I did this with everything. If I had a symptom that popped up, a new one, and is derailing my progress and my path, like, because I had a rhythm, I had a routine. All of a sudden I'd have a new symptom pop up. And that was my brain, because it's still in fight or flight, was looping on that. So I had to do the exposure on turbo clusters with my phone. So you have a recorder, right? And use that. And I kept doing that, and eventually you train through it to the point where you're like, meh, I don't care. Meh. It's not that you don't love your relatives or don't love the people that you're, in your family. Of course you love them, but you trained on them so that they don't influence you in such a big dramatic bomb, right? Now you're reacting like a normal person would react. You go, oh fuck, okay, well, all right, well, keep me posted, man. Well, you could, I can help you with this, but if you're not into it, that's fine, man. But blah blah blah, and that's it. You move on with your day, you engage, and you're not triggered and fucking shitting yourself, right? And then when more news comes, you react like a normal person does. Yeah, you're upset about it, you worry about them, but it's at a normal level. It's not going to affect your progress, right? These are golden opportunities. You're actually learning these methods by using them. That's why journey is like this, right? Because life is still going to throw curveballs at you while you're, life isn't going to go on pause just because you want to recover. Yeah, right. Life's like, fuck you, man. No, you're going to recover while you're going through life. I'm going to throw you curveballs still, buddy. Sorry. So your baseline is going to go up and down, 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 up and down, down, down. Bucket's going to be empty, full, full, empty, 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 full, right? This is how it goes. This is the crazy roller coaster. So I'm sure a lot of you might be noticing that, because the more you're in this mind-body space, the more you're going to see other people's buckets. And if it's somebody that, is close to you, it can trigger you. So I've been through it. You're going to probably go through it. And these are some of the things that you can do about it.